live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Onto the real.
Yep.
All right. So Deestroying. And I think it's very important to talk about this guy. We've talked about him before, especially when he was on the episode of House of Athlete, or the I Am Athlete podcast, excuse me.
It's my shirt.
It's your shirt, yeah. And so he is the young man who was playing for the University of Central Florida as a kicker. The NCAA came in and told him, like, hey, you're making this money putting
as
this
an
content,
influencer.
So you can either continue doing that or you can play college football.
Be an influencer and make money, or be poor and play college
football. And play college football, yeah. So he chose the former.
Because NIL was not in place when this happened, y'all. Because he would have been fine if NIL had been
He would have been totally fine if NIL was in place. And so he attempted to play in the NFL. I feel like he got a raw deal, and I'm gonna have to send you that video that shows that it might have been a little bit of some stuff going on with that, some collusion between the NCAA and the NFL. And he went up to Canada.
Because this kid had a leg like nobody's business.
Yeah, and he's an
There's
athlete.
no reason he should not have been in the NFL.
He's an athlete.
Yep.
And so now the NFL has reached back out to him, and it's been it's a full circle moment, huh?
Isaiah 60.
You said Isaiah 60? Oh yeah. Oh yes.
That's what this is, Isaiah 60.
Yeah. And they're gonna take his one-on-one segment of the show on the road. It'll be
they did it over training camp. They did it over training camp.
Oh, this past training camp?
Yeah.
Well, they took his one-on-one session on the road to different training camps this past training camp.
Yep.
Where he does that thing where he has the guys going one-on-one. And he's actually done a few of them. I'm trying to think. One of the guys, it was a guy who he definitely played football before, but he wasn't in the NFL. And he had him going against a couple of NFL receivers, not any like big name NFL receivers that you would know, but they're NFL receivers. And he was locking them down. And so
love it.
I think this is I think this is dope for an adult, like you said, Isaiah 60 moment.
Yes.
For him to experience where, you know, I feel like his decision to become a content creator kept him out of the NFL.
Yep, it did. I mean, it was just really bad timing, because it was only a couple of years later when NIL kind of came about that he would have been okay. But God does all things for a reason.
Yes.
Because had he been able to continue to play, he probably would have gone to the NFL and would not have this opportunity to help other people to shine. So I'm just happy that he gets to help other people along the way, right? Like now he's making an opportunity for other people with his platform. So, you know, to shine, even if it's 15 minutes of fame, even if it's because, you know, somebody like you just said, that individual who was out there who could have been, it could have been, they weren't seen in college for whatever reason, but now they like, oh, well, we might want to pay attention to this dude. Somebody can call him in because they need you just never know. So he is providing something to people that I think is way bigger than him just being an NFL player. So, yeah.
Shout out to him. I love to see it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, feel good final thought.
Yes, this is funny.
Right. So Sue Bird is retiring.
Yes.
And let's first, before we before we go to that,
Yeah.
before we go to that, let's give Sue Bird her flowers. And I know we talked about it before, but she's had an amazing career.
For sure. She's a face of the WNBA, literally.
Really.
Yeah, really.
And so, you know, I know that the league doesn't get as much pub as it should, but that woman deserves her flowers. Like she
absolutely played her butt
there are
off.
a lot of great WNBA players who've come through.
Yeah.
She could very well be on the Mount Rushmore of WNBA players.
They need a WNBA Hall of Fame. She in it.
Yeah, definitely.
She's in it.
But you know, during her last game, a reporter sounded like he was trying to steer her toward an answer. What did the reporter? What was he talking about?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew what he was talking about. Because what he asked her was, so this was post game. You know, this was her last game. She's emotional. She, you know, going through whatever. And his question was, would you have wanted it to be any other way other than because they played Las Vegas? And she was like, and he said, would you have wanted it to be any other way on how your last games were in the WNBA? Would you have wanted it? You did you need it to be easier? And it was the look on her face that had me laughing.
Yeah.
Because she was looking at him like, that was a dumb question. Some words, probably some expletives probably would have been in there too. That's a dumb question to ask, because it's true. This is the end of my career, but I'm still a competitor. She was like, why wouldn't I want? She was like, I always want to play the best. I always want people to bring their best. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
It was just a dumb question. But her response was her face. Look, you talk about my face.
Yeah.
Her face. That's why this is our feel good final thought. Because Sue Bird gave Stephanie face. Okay.
Yes.
It was classic. She was really looking at him like, are you serious right now? Like, what? Yeah. So shout out to her. Like you said, consummate professional. Very little did we hear about her being hurt. She was always just giving 100, and it was evident every time she hit the floor that she was going to give 110%. And so I enjoyed your journey, and I look forward to whatever is next for her. I hope coaching possibly is in her future. Owning, that would be nice. Whatever that looks like, some admin, whatever it looks like for her. But I hope that she stays involved with the organization because she's such an integral part. That's my hope. Yep.
All right, Step. Show picks. What you watching?
So I've been looking at a bunch of crazy stuff. So I just picked something that wasn't crazy. So Cobra Kai season 5 hit this week. I have watched the entire season already. It was that good.
Really?
It was that good. I think it came out Thursday. I watched the entire season. I took Friday and Saturday. And I didn't even do it all day, but I did spend a great deal of time. I couldn't stop. It was like, I'm gonna not watch the net, but I gotta, it was very good. They don't disappoint. I say that. And they already done set up season 6. So I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, getting into 6 seasons?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll make it to season 6. But yeah, it was really good. I mean, y'all already know I watch Cobra Kai, so
it's definitely been on your show picks before.
Yep. I'm a Cobra Kai fan.
I'm gonna save the one that I put on here for next week.
Oh, okay.
But I am going to say this I Am Athlete with Joe Budden.
Yeah.
I think that was a good watch.
I told as soon as I finished it, what did I do?
You text me and it was like, this was good.
This was good. It was a mental flush, right? I feel like that's what it was. Less flashy, less all of it. It was a mental flush. Like they literally had like they spit out stuff that needed to be spit out.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they were able to delve a little bit deeper into the breakup with those guys from the Pivot podcast.
Yeah.
And were able to speak, you know, a lot more candidly than they did in the past about it.
Yeah. Brandon felt comfortable finally.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like really going in depth and discussing kind of some of the particulars about it.
Right.
And you know, I think it was because of who he had on, you know, Joe having gone through his own podcast breakup and some of the things around it. And they had mentioned how as soon as it happened, Joe was one of the first people he called because he knew that he had just gone through it, and he kind of helped him navigate how to move forward with it. And so it was just a real dope conversation.
It was.
Yeah.
I was here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was here for it. I was like, oh, this was good. Because I'll be honest, I haven't been watching.
Me neither.
I haven't been watching. I'm gonna do better, but I haven't been watching.
Yeah. I haven't been watching either. But you know, I listened to Joe's podcast twice a week.
Right.
And so when I saw that he was on it, I was intrigued, but more so because I knew what the topic of conversation was going to be. You know.
Yeah. No, it was really good. Everybody was real. I think, and Shady is funny because I think he was the one that kept saying, stop trying to be PC about everything and just say what you feel. Like, and I appreciated that, right? Like, just where you at for real? Like, no, how you feeling for real? So I appreciated that. I think it was a good job of how they handled it and how they went about it. And I know that wasn't my show pick. I'm sorry, but it was.
No. I that's actually why I changed it, because we talked about it and I was like, well, let me talk about this show right here, because I remember I sent you the clip and you actually ended up watching the entire episode before I did. But we both talked about how good we thought that episode was. Yeah.
No, it was good. Yeah. So I'm gonna save it. Yeah. All right.
Be at the end of another one. Episode 177.
In the books. Man. Scary. That means we got 23.
I was just about to say something about that. Like, we coming up on 200 quickly.
We got 23. I remember when we first started talking about it, like, oh, we got like 56 episodes left or something.
Now we at 23.
23.
Jesus. We're going to have something planned out, something special that we're going to do for 200. For 100, we didn't get to do what we had hoped because of the pandemic.
Yep. We partying this time, baby.
Yeah, we're going to party this time.
We're going to party this time. Yes, we're going to party. Yep.
And if you got some ideas for us, if you want to be a part of it, send us an email. fieldgoodfinalthought@gmail.com. You can jump in the socials. You can hit us up on our Twitter at field2thereal_P1. On our Instagram, our IG page is at field2thereal_podcast. And for our Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, you can hit us up at Field2thereal podcast, right there behind Stephanie. That's TO, not the number 2. So that's Field to the Real podcast. Our Facebook, you can go and, reach out to us there. Our YouTube videos are linked to that. And so if you go to our YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell so you get an update anytime we put some new content out. And we both are about to have some new content coming out shortly. We had to talk about this the other day, and we are going to go forward with some of the things that we talked about. And so I am going to, my sister's gonna hold me accountable, and I'm gonna hold her accountable. We're gonna get out these things that God has placed in us, to move forward with. So you'll be seeing that stuff shortly on one of these platforms, whether that be TikTok, IG, or YouTube, or Facebook. So I am done rambling.
No, you are not rambling. That was all pertinent information. Yes.
We are out of here. Episode 177 in the books.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.
No fingers today.
No fingers. I got on white. We don't trust it if it ain't white. Mm-mm.
Right.
Put the cameras on me. 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 Put the cameras on me.